Hi, Scruffy. How you doing? Yawning is your first response, huh? Okay, there's a pathetic meow. So you ready for food? So we have a special treat tonight. So in addition to your regular meaty pate with real chicken and tuna and kibble, I added raw chicken skin and a chicken bone. So today is a special day. Kind of a bad special, but special nonetheless. So I had some chicken skin that I was debating whether I should give you or not. But circumstances basically led me to decide to give it to you. So I hope you enjoy tonight's meal. So you ready for food? So you're not meowing. You're not backing away from the door. Okay, there you go. Okay, so I'm going to pick up the food and take it out now. Okay. Put the food on the table. Get the water. Smell something that smells, I think, like barbecue. It smells kind of good. Closing the door. And remember to change your water. So, still can't see your torn chest fur. Keep blocking the view. Oh, wow, you're coming right over. I'm not even done changing your water yet. Okay. Yeah, you're eager, huh? Okay. So let me sit in the chair first, okay? Yeah, there you go. And I gotta get the glove on. Okay. So, as I mentioned, it's a special day, but not in a good sense. So if you've been following for the last week, a little over a week now, my aunt died, and I was spending a lot of the week trying to figure out if I could go to the memorial in person. But yeah, I don't think it was going to work out. Just every little detail. Traveling to another state in the midst of these lockdowns was just difficult. So I ended up not going, but they anticipated most people would not be able to travel. So they had a memorial broadcast via Zoom. So that's what I had to settle on doing. So I did order, was it called a stand of flowers? I forgot the term. But yeah, so that was, yeah, I did that regardless of whether it was going to be there or not. So I was kind of hoping to see it in person. I have no idea what they look like. There's one florist in that community. So, yeah. You okay? Yeah, he seemed to get caught up there and didn't like the way my glove was rubbing him as he was thrusting, and he backed off. It looked like he was going to get mad and hiss and bite or something, or scratch. But he didn't, so that's good. So anyway, yeah, she lives in a small community, small town in the country. So there's one florist in town, and so the family gave me contact information for the florist to buy flowers, and family gave basically instructions on what kind of flowers and colors and whatever. So they were able to. So the florist was able to basically walk me through the whole thing. But I requested they send me a picture of the stand when they delivered it, or before they delivered it, or whatever. I just wanted to see what it looked like, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to see it in person or not. And they forgot to do that, so I have no idea what they look like. I got the message that they delivered them, so I'm assuming they were honest and actually delivered them. I just have no idea what they looked like. So so the person said they wrote down a little message in my notes saying I wanted a picture. So I think it's probably not standard procedure, so they forgot. I'll email them and see if they have a picture lying around, but so it tells me I'm not gonna actually get to see them. So, and then I also sent a care basket, and then the family was asking for a donation to a charity, so I did that too. But so I couldn't go in person. So I watched it on Zoom. So I spent last night trying to sign up for Zoom and test everything. So I don't like installing mysterious binaries on my system. So I'm a computer geek. So I'm a pro. So I have a good understanding of what kind of evil, dastardly things software can do if you let it. And I don't entirely trust most software, Zoom included. And I particularly don't trust software that likes to install things with installers. So if you just download a zip file or something, I'm fine with that. But the moment you have to go through some sort of installer where they can put stuff anywhere on your computer, that sends off a lot of red flags for me. Because sometimes, they're malicious, but sometimes they just don't know what the hell they're doing, or they make mistakes, bugs, and they can really screw up your system if you let them. So if it's just a little thing you download, they can't do any damage. But if it's something they install, they could screw up your system in ways that are completely opaque to you. And then just the business model of Zoom is a little questionable, and then they've had security breaches, and so I've basically been trying to avoid installing and using Zoom. But this time I had no choice. But I found out there's a browser-only way you can attend meetings, so that's what I ended up doing. But I needed to test everything because it's not the favored way of doing it. Apparently, they want you to install a bunch of crap, and they kind of hide the browser-only way is kind of the way of last resort. So when everything else breaks, then they give you the button to say, "Oh yeah, you can use the browser." So I needed to test that, and so I still use a desktop. My desktops don't come with a camera. I do have a really good microphone because I do audio related things every now and then, and I've done voiceovers for technical videos and stuff like that. I've put out. So I think Scruffy is about ready for dinner. He's losing interest in my pets here. So you ready for food? I think we're at time, and I got extra food for you, so it might take longer to eat. So let's get you your food, okay? So I hope you like it, and I hope it doesn't ruin your dinner for tomorrow, because I'm going to give you the new cat food tomorrow. And so brand new flavors, which I hope you don't turn your nose at. So that was one of the reasons I didn't want to give him the chicken skin tonight, because I was worried it might ruin his appetite for tomorrow. But other circumstances, which I'll get to, made me change my mind for tonight. But let me finish I think he stole the bone. So the bone's actually broken into two parts. It just came that way. So I think he grabbed one of the bones and he ran away with it. I hate it when he does that. I should go in and take the rest of the food. So that was one of the reasons I didn't want to give him the bones tonight and the skin, but see if he comes back. Fortunately, I'm still one-handed here, so it's really hard to pinch zoom. I guess I can put the phone down. Okay, let's try that. So anyway, I needed to test all my software and equipment with the Zoom browser. So there were standard permission problems. I didn't have access to my microphone. And wanted to find a camera. I didn't have one because it's a desktop. And, so kind of the usual stuff. Which browser to use. So anyway, I got onto the Zoom thing today, and so I saw the memorial, and I will say that in general, I don't see these online memorials being a substitute for being there, or even, I don't even think it was that good of a substitute. So one of the problems was that we were kind of partitioned off. So the people at the ceremony basically had no interaction with the people attending the Zoom meeting. So beforehand, in theory, the Zoom guests could talk amongst each other. I'm not much of a talker, so I just kind of watched in silence, and then there's so many people there, but you can only have one conversation going on at a time, so that's another problem. You can't get off into multiple subgroups and have smaller conversations with people. So everyone's basically watching one conversation that's going on, and you wait your turn, and you kind of have to be the personality type, the outgoing personality type to initiate a conversation, or step up. And unfortunately, I'm not. Oops, I'm gonna zoom out. I'm not really that kind of personality type. And then the visual quality wasn't terribly great for seeing what was on site. So I'm going to brush you again, okay? Brush. So I'm going to switch brushes pretty soon, because your fur is actually not too bad. Okay. I'll put the brush down, then I'm going to pick up the other one now. Okay. So there was a quick, I think, view of the flowers that were delivered. But it was like before the ceremony started, and it was very brief, and I didn't, and the resolution wasn't very good, so I didn't really get a good look at any of them. So I couldn't figure out which one was the one I ordered, and so that's another problem. Just kind of a specific detail of kind of the limitations of the Zoom meeting, because I was at the whim of whoever was controlling the camera. And it was kind of a one-directional one-direction communication, basically. Basically, we're passive. And then right after the ceremony or memorial, they basically just shut off the Zoom. So that's another problem. So you don't get to talk with anyone after they shut off the Zoom. So you don't get to have the kind of the after discussions that you normally have at a memorial. So yeah, this is not a good solution in general. So anyway, so my aunt, so she, lived in the country, and she really loved, the country, the outdoors. I guess, when she was younger, she was kind of the outdoor person and really the adventurer. She and her husband. Her husband passed away. God, it's been a while. It's been over 10 years. Yeah, he died way too young. He died of a different type of cancer, esophagus cancer, and it was very painful and debilitating. He fought really hard, but it took him hard. So anyway, so I'm actually by blood I'm related to him, and so my aunt is I'm related to her by marriage, basically. So my uncle, so my so anyway, I was thinking it's one thing I could do today. So the weather was really good, warmed up a bit today. So not insane yet. So it was kind of one of those near perfect days today. And today I was coming off of 3 days straight of running and biking and running or something like that. So I was thinking I'd probably take a rest day today for recovery day. But since it was such a nice day and kind of in her honor, I felt like I should really be outdoors and take the bike out or something. So I ended up doing that. I didn't push myself as hard as some of the previous days, just because I'm kind of feeling the fatigue from the past 3 days. So I avoided the really, really steep hills. So I still did some hills, but yeah, I avoided the worst or the steepest of them, and went more for distance and time than power to steepness. And so the other thing I wanted to do is, yeah, so it's not just my aunt, but yeah, my entire family, were like really into food for some reason. So it's like this family psychology or something, just about eating really good food all the time. It's probably not a safe, good mentality, but yeah, our family loves food, and she was kind of the master at it. So she knew all the best places to eat, all the great new restaurants that were opening up, and not only just in her community, but like all over the place. And she liked to travel, so she knew like all these places and all these different locations. And so she said, hey, if you go to this place, then you should check out this restaurant or this restaurant or this restaurant. And then she had a couple of vacation homes in different places, and so she'd travel there, and she'd know all the restaurants, and she'd always invite friends and family to visit her or stay with her while she was in those vacation homes. And they'd go out to eat, and she always knew the best places and what to order, and she was always on top of the newest foods, the new trending things that you probably never heard of. She was like the first to know about it, and she knew you should order this, you'll like it. My favorite trick, she taught me was culinary schools. Not all of them, but some of them actually have their own restaurants, and basically to give the students a kind of a live training experience. They run a restaurant where the students actually have to serve real meals to real paying customers, but it's kind of in the understanding that we, the customers, know that they're trainees, they're in school, they're learning the trade, so there may be issues, mistakes, or whatever, but with that understanding, they give us a really cheap meal. It's like, I forgot how much, but yeah, I'm thinking like, Chili's prices for basically a fancy, several $100 banquet or something like that. So basically, like if eating in a fancy French restaurant where it's a couple $100 per person, you're getting that for somewhere between Applebee's to Cheesecake Factory prices. And so my experiences with her going to those things have been just magnificent. Such great food that you're not mortgaging your house to go. I guess you do take risks that the students screw up your food, or they get backlog. The bigger risk is usually backlog, so they get behind and you end up waiting for your food. You can imagine now that all those Chef Gordon Ramsay TV shows and video clips are on the web now. You see what's going on in the kitchen when things go bad. So you can imagine that's probably the type of stuff that was going on in this trainee kitchen. So when they get behind, there's probably something happened. But we all got our food, so it was always good. So it was always worth it. So anyway, so the other thing I wanted to do tonight was have a suspend my diet for one night, and I'm not going to go crazy, so it's not really suspending my diet, but I wanted to indulge a little bit and have something besides vegetable soup. So I decided I'd do some homemade shake and bake chicken. So found some recipes for my own shake and bake shakings, and then I got chicken thighs in the freezer from Costco, and so I'm gonna bake that up for dinner tonight. And then I had some pre-frozen panko breaded shrimp. It's been in my freezer forever. I think my dad bought it and never ate it. So I've been staring at it for a year now. So I should eat this. So took out a couple, and I'm gonna also cook that. So I'm gonna try to have a nice kind of normal meal tonight. Try not to go too crazy with calories, but try to eat not too unhealthily, but yeah, it'll be kind of a cheaty-ish meal. I don't know, maybe I should just do a full-blown cheat meal and gorge myself. I don't know. But in either case, yeah, since food and my aunts kind of went together, felt like I should do something for dinner instead of a diet. So that's what led me to the chicken skin dilemma. So tomorrow I'm going to give Scruffy a brand new type of cat food. So tonight completes the last of the old pack, and so the new pack has 2 new flavors I want to try on him. I don't know if he's going to like them or not. So one is, they're hearty cuts instead of pâtés. So one's beef and chicken, and the other one is chicken and fish. I think I'm going to start with the beef. I don't think I've actually given him a beef before. I can't remember. Oh no, I think the first wet cat food I gave him was beef. And I have given them tuna before, and actually, the pâtés have some tuna in it. But I've heard fish, in general, is kind of an acquired taste for cats. Some cats actually don't like fish. So, not that Scruffy has a lot of options here, so you better not be picky. But since I was going to start a new type of cat food tomorrow, I didn't really want to give him too much food tonight and stuff him. I'm worried he might turn up his nose tomorrow. But when I thawed out the chicken, I buy these packs from Costco, and I think they're sold by weight. Yeah, they are sold by weight. But you never actually know how many pieces of chicken are in the pack. So they give you these kind of, they're giant packs with sub-packs. So you get like, I think it's like 8 or something. 8. You get one. Yeah, so basically you buy one package which has 8 sub-packages, and each sub-package varies in the number of chicken thighs. So basically I've had the range of, I think, 3 to 7 before. So typically I think I'm getting about 4. I think, I get 4 probably most often. Sometimes I get 5. Occasionally I get 6. I think on a few occasions I've gotten like only 3, and I think on like one occasion I've gotten 7. So I kind of plan around 4 now. And that's one of the reasons I started doing my own shake and bake recipe, because the standard, so the ones you buy over the on the shelf, they're basically good for 6, and then you can't, like, you tear the package open, and then that's it. It's really hard to save, and then so you want to use it up. And so if you only have 4 pieces, you're kind of wasting some shake and bake stuff, and then they don't give you enough plastic bags to shake in. Um, so if I make my own, then at least I can control um, the portions of the breadcrumbs. So I was kind of planning on 4, and it actually already kind of pulled out the breadcrumbs and stuff like that, and then I found out this package had 6. So originally I was expecting 4, so I was thinking, well, I'll just freeze the chicken skin and bones for Scruffy, and I'll save it for another night. But since I had 6, I was like, wow, I got so many here, and I still have I have 1 more chicken skin and bone from last time, so it's like, yeah, I should use these up. So I decided to put the chicken skin and bone in his food tonight. So you better appreciate what I gave you. Because if you don't, I'm going to stop doing it. Stealing the bone and walking away from me, yeah, I don't like that. So that's why it's taking a bit more time tonight to eat, because it's harder to eat the bone, and I guess the chicken skin slows them down too. So I cut up the chicken skin into small pieces with a scissor, so he wouldn't steal it and walk away. And I thought, and this chicken bone for some reason was broken in half. So I figured maybe that would deter him from stealing it, but apparently not. But he only stole 1/2 of it, so yeah, I think he ate the other one in place. I'm trying to remember. There was a pie my aunts tried teaching me how to make a long time ago. I can't remember the details of it. I remember it was a really simple thing. It was really easy to do, and it actually, to cut corners, you could just buy a pre-made pie crust. So I've been trying to remember exactly what that pie and that recipe was. It was really easy, I remember that. She taught it to me when I was a kid, so it's a long, long time ago. So this is one of the things I could have asked about if I was there in person, or were able to have regular memorials. So I think these lockdowns are a real mistake, in the sense that they're destroying, I think, the fabric of society in many ways. So all the important things in life that make life worth living or sacrificing. It's kind of like losing your soul a little bit. So I really hope things return to normal soon. I'm actually afraid things may not. So you can see his fur dangling. Zoom in. Just one on his neck. One under his chest. You can kind of see it too. Oops, I'm holding up the camera too high. Sorry about that. Wasn't a great view. So he thanked me for the very special dinner in memory of my aunt. So the weather is supposed to continue heating up the next several days, so I'm actually a little worried it's going to get hot. So I'm kind of expecting I'm going to take a rest or recovery day tomorrow. So, but I think it's going to keep getting hotter after that, so I don't know, maybe I should go out tomorrow if I can manage it and take a rest or recovery day the day after. I guess I'll have to check the weather report. But I don't know, I think my body needs a rest. I don't think I can keep pushing myself much harder. I had trouble sleeping last night. I don't know if it's because of the memorial looming on my mind or the just my body's revolting, so it needs rest. We're doing it. So you can see that big white tuft near his feet. That's his chest fur that I keep referring to that I think was torn off in a fight. And then under his chin on my right, you can see another piece of fur. It's just kind of dangling. I don't know if that was from a fight or not. But when I originally saw it, I thought it was just dirty. And he wasn't able to clean it for some reason. But now that I see the other one on his chest, and I've seen how the cat fights have been going on around here, I'm starting to think, yeah, there might be battle scars from from recent fights he's gotten into with the other cats. He's kind of close tonight, so I guess he's appreciative of the extra food and the quality of the food, maybe. I'm guessing the raw chicken skin and chicken bones are really good to him. And the chicken skin's probably delicious. He seems to like the bones. He seems to eat them like potato chips or crackers. Move my foot a little bit. It's falling asleep. Hey, you're really skittish, aren't you? Barely moved my foot. It's just a very subtle shift. He's freaking out. So I just changed hands holding the camera. So that got his attention too. So yeah, he's really skittish. So I don't know if we're making that much progress here. I don't know how much longer I want to watch him, so I still need to put the food in the oven. So I preheated the oven when I or started preheating the oven when I came out here. So I figured by the time I go in, the oven would be ready to go. But I didn't really plan. Well, it's not really much I got done. So the reason I need to put the food in first is because I knew I'd be out here probably longer than the food needs to cook, so it burned. So I didn't really have much choice. Still hungry? Jeez. Got all that extra feed tonight. Got your kibble, got your meaty pate, got your chicken skin, got your chicken bone. Okay, I think he's finally done. Okay, folks, that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.